Hello and welcome to Alchemist Whim. I'm Alchemist Jen. Thanks for joining me on this fine day. The whim of the day is just going to be amazing. I'm making it up as I go. Yay! So I'm going to show you my doodle of the day. It is a flying pig. Anything is possible! Yay! Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Alright, so that is on the other places, TikTok and Instagram as well too. I do a little pan over with some fabric because I'm a complete nerdy dork. Yes, that's correct. I'm owning it and embracing it and running with it. So I think I'm going to just do some crocheting. As I look around this imaginary space, you have no idea what it looks like. I just get caught on little things like there's a slight opening in the curtain, so I'm just highly distracted by that at the moment. So just to let you know what that is that I keep looking at. And then I've got this mound of crochet goodness that I'm working on. And I know yesterday when I made my video, I was like, I'm going to keep working on this. And then I totally did not. I totally did not. So that means that I'm going to keep working on it right now. So I'm going to start a new row on this monstrosity, which is just hard to fathom in its vastness, and it feels like a labyrinth just looking at it, trying to figure out which row I'm on and which place I need to go next. So it's quite fun. 2, 3, 4, and 5. I feel like I'm leading an exercise video, like aerobics or something, but maybe it's acrobics. Really just reaching today, but it's good. I hope you're having fun with my reaches. Alright, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going around and wrapping into this goodness to create our lovely stitch. So we're just gonna go up this beautiful stitch and keep crocheting. That's the plan. So this is a beautiful addition to my displays that bumped the camera, so I apologize for that. Displays, as well as a good thing that I am hoping to get use of while I take photos of clothing. And then, do you ever look at your work and realize that, like, this is so close together, and then the one next to it or below it is like super loose? Yeah, sometimes that happens. Oh well. It's interesting the differences you get, especially when you're working on a bigger scale. Sometimes you can see the imperfections a little differently. I think overall it's just going to feel really cool, and it's not going to be noticeable at all. It's just going to look like a design element. So I think that's fine. So try not to be overcritical of my work, and which I tend to do. And then I did the thing where I didn't do the chaining in between. So I did that, but I can fix it. So I pull it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, exercise video, right? I don't know why it's working for me today, but that's kind of where I'm at. Making fun of myself, I suppose. I think that's a healthy dose of a bit of humor in life. Can be healthy and fun, and why not be entertaining? You know, on camera. I'm on camera. You might be on camera too. That'd be really weird. Maybe though, if you're on camera while you're watching me on YouTube or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a thing. But maybe reacting to me. Be like, what stuff is she doing? I was gonna give like a big swear. I was like, no, that's not appropriate. So I stopped myself. Barely there, I'm pretty sure you saw. So sometimes I like to do that. It just makes life more interesting. And sometimes it's just a bit therapeutic. So that's my take on that. Alright, getting ready for the next stitch. Magically, it's happening. So, I'm like cooking away, and that is fun. So, it's working out pretty well. I think it's got a good, I mean, this thing was huge, so, I mean, like, it was a big thing, so now it's down to, like, it feels like a baton now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the zone. I got quiet there. It shouldn't get quiet when I'm on a video. Apologizing for that. That was kind of awkward. Just went in my crochet zone, counting and hooking, and it's good. It's a good day. It's a good day to crochet. I should make that into a little thing. That's what I should do for my, sorry, yawning. I should do for my doodle for tomorrow, huh? Have a hook and say it's a good day for crochet. I think that sounds like a good idea. And then see if I remember that that's what I said today, so that I will do it tomorrow. You're welcome to check back and see if that's a fact or not. I think it's a 50-50 chance that I will forget and go, what was I gonna do? And then the other 50 being I actually do it and I show up with it. So it's pretty, you know, it's fair odds, I think. We'll see what happens. See where the whim takes us, as I like to say, as my dorkiness definitely is. I'm a pro dork, whatever that means. 2, 3, 4, and 1 more. At least it's coming together quick. That's the nice thing about this. So I want to make a couple more before, not this weekend, but next weekend when I have another show, so I can use it for my display. So it's in a tent, but not a tent that I have to bring. So it's more like an indoor show in that I will show up with my full display without having to use my tent as part of it. I find, if that makes sense, I use the walls and things as part of my display, so then not having that foundation, I just have to create my space. So I'm going to use it with 4 and 5 with my PVC frames, and be able to drape these over wooden dowel rods to really try to get some I don't know, like a mesh kind of a wall, almost like a net to some degree, because of the way that, I mean, you can kind of see some nettiness to it. Nettiness. So that will be interesting, I think. So I'm sure I will post pictures on my other socials of what my display looks like. So I usually do a video too, because it's really fun to document it, to show the changes, but then also to kind of show what I do. So I'm going to definitely have that. So you'll be able to take a look at what this looks like in its finished form. But then I'll also be able to use it to hang up clothing and photograph it in front of it too. So I'm going to use it as that kind of a display as well. It's very interesting. I think just as a design element, but then also something that's functional on multiple levels. I really like going for those type of things, something that has multiple purposes on the display. But then I don't end up with a lot of just stuff. This won't take up much space at all. It's not that heavy. So I know I have a small car is one thing, but then I also just in general don't like a lot of stuff. Like fixture wise and that kind of thing. I like very simple things in general. So that works out. So if I have complex looking things that break down, or Another thing I really appreciate is just comfort with functionality. So those are things that I look for and that will show up, I think, in my displays and my work as well too. Comfort's very important to me. I think just in space, and kind of how it feels and how I like to make sure other people feel in my space. You know, I'm very cognizant of that. I'm gonna find out how many stitches I have. 1, 2, and I spun it. That's why. Start over. Not over, but just over. If that makes sense. 3, 4, 5. I've got one of the last displays I had, and people saw, one of the things that that was a recurring theme for what people said about my display was happy, and that, you know, evoking a feeling, especially a positive one, you know, really fits with, I think, what I'm about. And so, like, that's just something that I'm thinking of too. You know, there's whimsy in it, there's play. So this, I mean, really looks like a couple things. So this looks like a net that you would climb. It looks like something that you would have on an adventure. And so kind of running with that kind of a playful theme, I think works for me and what I'm going for. And, you know, I'm excited to be able to run with it and use it. So I'm going to do one more little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That checks out. So we're going into this one, and that's a whole row. So that's how long it took me to make a row of this. So think about how big it is. I mean, it's several feet by several feet. And then this really big hook here. And then I've just created this net, and I'm just crocheting it. It's very, very cool. So I don't think I really have enough to do another row. So I think that'll work. So remember how big it was before and how much we took off. I don't think I want to tie a piece in there. I'm thinking that I want to just have it as big as it is. So if that makes any sense. It's really nice and big. So I think I'm gonna see how it hangs, and then decide what I want to do. Keeping just draping it, but I think it's something like that is the width of it, and then I'll see how it feels actually hanging and decide if I want to add more. I'll end up having to tie it though if I do, which may not be a bad thing. I think I can weave it in anyway, even with that loose crochet. So that's what I'm working on right now. That's the first one, and then I'll do another one and do some hanging. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I ran into that interestingly. And we'll see where the whim takes us tomorrow. Have a good one. Thank you.